Hi everyone, it's me, Spring, the fiber enthusiast. Today's tutorial is going to be a Tunisian stitch tutorial. This Tunisian stitch gives you the appearance of almost kind of like a crocheted pineapple with pattern within this stitch pattern. Now for this stitch pattern, you can use whichever crochet hook and yarn you choose. The Tunisian crochet hook would be best, or a very straight crochet hook, something you can stack a lot of stitches on, because your repeat multiples is going to be 10. So I've done a total of 2 repeats, so it's 20 stitches, and then plus 5. So your chain is in multiples of 10 plus 5. If you just want to do one section, which is what I will do in the tutorial here, I'm going to do just one repeat, just so we can move through it rather fast. If you wanted to do 2 repeats, it's 25 stitches. So we're going to go ahead and this is just some vintage Windtuck, I think, 4-weight yarn. I did 2 repeats and the pattern twice. So I have 4 of these shapes here, and they kind of curl a little bit, like puffed, should I say. It's just the nature of the stitch. It will lay flat, but when you pick it up, they want to curve one direction or the other, and it's just because of the way that it's made. So I'm going to set this out of the way. I'm going to pull over some 4-weight yarn that I had played around dyeing previously. Again, it is an acrylic. It's a worsted weight. It is a little lighter of a worsted weight, I will say. I'm going to put 15 chains. Now for standard Tunisian, you would go back across and pick up 15 loops across your chain here. But for this pattern, it's done a little bit differently. We are going to pick up the first 3 stitches. So your first one is already on your hook. We're going to go to the next bump, next part of your chain. 1, 2, and 3. All right, so we now have 4 loops on our hook. Now we're going to skip 3, 1, 2, and 3, and into the 4th, we're going to place a total of 5 Tunisian double crochets. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and go through 2. There's 1. We're going to do that again. That's 2, 3, 4, and 5. You should have all 5 of the Tunisian double crochets coming from the same chain stitch. Now we're going to skip over 1, 2, 3 and pick up a loop, a stitch into your 4th chain here, just like that, and 1 into each of the next 3 stitches. So you will have a total of 4 loops on your hook down here at the end, which will be the same as the other side. All right, that is our forward pass. Here's what we should be looking like. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Here's what we should be looking like. All right, now for the back pass, and we're going to chain 1, yarn over, go through 2, 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 chain 1, 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 yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2, and yarn over, go through 2. Now we can take a step back. We're very rounded at this present moment, but don't worry, it corrects itself. So basically what you have here is your standard Tunisian back pass for the first 4 stitches here. Then you have a chain 1, and then your double crochet here, a chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. So what we're doing is we're adding a single chain before those 5 double crochets and in between each one, and then one after the last double crochet. And then you're going to Tunisian back pass, your standard Tunisian back pass, your last 4 stitches. Okay, so the next row, we're going to Tunisian simple stitch the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, and 3. We're going to skip this very first chain 1 space and go into the second one. And now we're going to do insert your hook into that chain 1 space, yarn over, pull up a loop, chain 1, and go back into that same chain 1 space, yarn over, and pull up a second loop. So that's what you have in between into that chain 1 space. We're going to skip this next stitch, and into the next chain 1 space we're going to do the same thing. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and chain 1. Go back into that same space, yarn over, and pull up a second loop. We're going to skip our next stitch, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, chain 1, insert your hook back through that stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop. We're going to do this one more time for a total of 4 times. Pull up a loop, chain 1, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. Now we're going to skip over our next chain 1 space, and we're going to Tunisian simple stitch the last 4 stitches. Reminder to catch both of those loops on your very last stitch by turning your work on its side and picking up both of the legs of that last stitch. Yarn over and pull up a loop. Now yarn over, chain 1, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, and go through 2. Now we're going to chain 1, yarn over, go through 3. 1, 2, 3. Chain 1, yarn over, go through 3 again. 1, 2, 3. Chain 1 and yarn over, go through 3 more. Chain 1, yarn over, go through 3 more. Chain 1, and now yarn over, go through 2. 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 So here's what we have, what it's starting to look like. Okay, so the next thing is we're going to be working, instead of, we started with 5 double crochets. Then we went to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to go to 3. 1, 2, 3. Everything stays the same on the outside. The process in the center starts getting decreased by 1 stitch each time until we get down to 1. So we're going to Tunisian simple stitch across the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, and 3. Now we're going to skip over this first spot and work into the next one, same as we've been doing. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, chain 1, insert your hook back into the same space, yarn over and pull up a loop. You're going to do that 2 more times. That's 1. We're going to go to the next chain 1 space and do our 3rd one. There we go. So we have 1, 2, and 3. Now we're going to skip the next chain 1 space and Tunisian simple stitch the last 4 stitches. So 1, 2, 3. Again, flip your work a little bit sideways, pick up both of those legs of the last stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop, and chain 1. Yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. Chain 1, yarn over, go through 3, 1, 2, 3. Chain 1, yarn over, go through 3. Chain 1, yarn over, go through 3. Chain 1, and Tunisian simple stitch back past those last 4 stitches. There we go. We are almost done. All right, let's Tunisian simple stitch the next 3 stitches in our forward pass. 1, 2, and 3. We're going to skip over and we're going to skip over our next chain 1 space. And we're going to do one of those yarn over, chain 1, insert your hook again, yarn over, pull up a loop. And we're going to do that 1 more time into the next chain 1 space. So yarn over, pull up a loop, chain 1, insert your hook back in, yarn over and pull up a loop. And then you're going to Tunisian simple stitch your last 4 stitches. Taking care to pick up both legs of that very last stitch. Chain 1, and now we'll do the back pass. A yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2, and we need to chain 2, 1 and 2, and yarn over, go through 3, chain 1, yarn over, go through 3, chain 2, 1, 2, and then complete the last 4 stitches in standard Tunisian back pass. Okay, here we go again. Tunisian simple stitch the first 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and including that first stitch on your hook would make it 4. All right, we're going to skip over that chain 2. We're going to go into the last chain 1 space. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, chain 1. Insert your hook back into that space, yarn over, pull up a loop. And now we're going to skip over the next chain space and Tunisian simple stitch these last 4 stitches. So here we go. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now we're going to complete our Tunisian back pass. I chained 1. I'm going to yarn over and go through 2. Yarn over, go through 2. Yarn over, go through 2. Now we need to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Yarn over and go through all 3 of those loops. Chain 3 again. 1, 2, and 3. And now we're going to Tunisian back pass the last few stitches. Just a standard back pass on these. And that is it. Now, to start the very next one, I will show you how to do that, because you repeat rows 1 through 5 over and over again until you have it whatever you want. So we're going to Tunisian simple stitch. This would be row 1. Tunisian simple stitch your next 3 stitches, 1, 2, and 3. Then into this point here, let me get in camera, sorry. Into this point here is where we're going to be working, starting our next stitch. So yarn over and double Tunisian double crochet 5 times. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we're going into this very last stitch down here that we made and now we're going to Tunisian simple stitch the last 4 stitches at the end down here. And then for the back pass, you're going to chain 1, yarn over 2 together, yarn over 2 together, yarn over 2 together, chain 1, yarn over and go through 2, chain 1, yarn over, 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 go through 2, chain 1, and now we're back to our last 4 stitches. Chain 1, go through 2, chain 1, go through 2, chain 1, go through 2, chain 1, go through 2. So as you see, we've started the next little pineapple looking stitch pattern here. I'm going to zoom back out. So here we are. We have the very first pineapple here, and now we're starting the next one up here, repeating rows 1 through 5. I hope that you have fun with this stitch. You could do all kinds of things. You could start it that direction and then turn it over so that way they all are pointing down instead of up, and make panels out of it and turn it into a cardigan, with this being like the front piece on each side of the chest. It could be, you know, all the way around. Anything like that could be done. I just found it as a very interesting stitch. I'll bring back over this one so you can see it in the solid. And as I said, you could turn it this way and have them all pointing down. They kind of look like pine cones also. So I thought it was interesting. Have you ever done this in Tunisian? Let me know down in the comments section. Any ideas on what you would use it for if you did this? All right, everyone. Thank you again for watching the tutorial and liking, commenting, sharing, all of that good YouTube stuff. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. Be blessed, be a blessing, and bye for now, everyone.